Hayato Kisaragi is a student who attends school in the Little Garden and is training to become a slayer, a human being capable of defeating monsters known as savages who endanger the lives of other humans. As he exits the plane, two schoolgirls rush to meet him, but he hides from them out of embarrassment. However, he later attracts attention on campus due to his high grades. There, he meets fellow first-year students Fritz Grants, Lacia St. Emilion, and Emil Crossfode. As Hayato begins to feel welcomed at the school, the two girls become late to the entrance ceremony as they were looking for him, and they are expelled then and thereby the student council president and the captain of the Little Garden, Claire Harvey. At this, Emil speaks up and rebuffs Claire, much to the anger of the student council vice presidents Liddy Steinberg and Erica Candle. However, Claire turns to Hayato instead, who musters his courage and says that he feels that the student should not be expelled. Claire then challenges him to a one-on-one duel to determine the student's fates. After the entrance ceremony, Emil takes Hayato to see her friend, the technician of the Little Garden, Charlotte Demandias. At her lab, she reveals herself to also be the chief researcher on hundreds, special gems that can grant powers to humans, turning them into slayers. She gives Hayato his 100, which reacts to him almost immediately. Seeing this, Emil takes Hayato to the training grounds to train him for the upcoming duel. Later, he goes to put his luggage in his dormitory and accidentally spots Emil wearing nothing but a towel. He is then knocked out by him. He then learns that he and Emil are roommates. The battle begins early the next morning, and all of the students have gathered in the auditorium to watch. Liddy explains the rules there. The duel will last 15 minutes and will end when one of them is knocked out. Their energy is depleted, or one of them is disarmed. However, as the duel begins, Hayato accidentally falls over her and grabs Claire's breasts, causing her to fire shots at him. Hayato raises an energy barrier on Emil's command and fires a powerful shot at Claire. This is not enough to stop her, though, as she raises her shield with her numerous cannons and delivers the final blow. This causes Hayato to lose a lot of his energy, and as he slowly rises, Claire prepares to use a buster cannon against him, shocking everyone and even the student council vice presidents. As she shoots, Hayato feels that his body has turned hot, and manages to deflect Claire's blow, pushing her back with different movements, and ends up using a full body armament, the full release of his 100 powers. In the end, he is still defeated by Claire using her full body armament, even though she said she would not at the start of the match, as he is unable to control his powers and collapses. The match is thus declared a tie as Claire won officially, but lost to herself. Claire then cancels the expulsion of the girls. After Hayato recovers, Emil takes him to Central, the business district of the Little Garden, where Karen, Hayato's sister, comes to meet them to check on Hayato after the duel. She begins to suspect that Emil is a girl, but leaves it at that, giving him a warning. They then have lunch, but are interrupted by Claire, Liddy, Erica, and Chris Steinbelt, Claire's assistant. Claire then recruits Hayato into the selections, the special unit under the student council, much to Emil's objection. Emil then wishes to join Hayato, and transforms then and there, willing to prove himself. The duel between him and Liddy ends abruptly due to a savage alert on Zwei Islands. Claire, Liddy, and Erica then lead Hayato and Emil to a special private room where dozens of other people are working. The current situation indicates that they are tracking 3 savages on Zwei Islands. Claire considered deploying Emil and Hayato at first, but after receiving shocking reports on just one of the savages, she declines because they lack experience, despite Charlotte's recommendation. However, Charlotte claims that Lisa, the Little Garden's main machine and power source, has agreed that Hayato and Emil should join them. Claire reconsiders and ultimately gives her approval. They then prepare to confront the savages. Claire, Liddy, and Erica complete the first savage first. Hayato and Emil then take on the next one and manage to defeat it by working together. However, the third savage, the Trenton Class 1, and also the strongest one, proves to be more of a challenge, injuring Liddy and Erica badly. Hayato and Emil want to help, but Claire goes alone to beat it. She fires a strong blow at it, but it counters with its own. Claire prepares for another, but a beep from her wristband warns her that she does not have enough energy. As the savage fires another deadly attack, she is saved by Hayato and managed to deflect the third blow with his help. Emil then lunges in to break its core, but her clothes are ripped by its heavy claw, revealing a thin scar and large breasts. The sight of the scar then triggers a distant memory in Hayato, and he remembers a girl with long white hair like Emil's, wearing a dress and bleeding profusely from a wound in her chest. A wound that was leaking with yellowish-green poison, the poison of a savage. And then there was him, crying and trying to suck out the poison. With a start, he then realizes that Emil wasn't a boy, or called Emil for that matter. With a cry, he rushes in to save his childhood friend, Emilia Hermit. Hayato releases his variant powers in the process, and defeats the savage, and collapses but is lifted by Emilia. She is then confronted by Claire, who is shocked at finding out that Emilia was originally just posing as a boy but was a girl. In the end, she reluctantly agrees to keep Emilia's true identity a secret, but requests that Hayato and Emilia change rooms. Sakura Kirishima, a popular singer, is looking for a bodyguard, and Claire suggests Hayato. Hayato must attend Sakura's concert on Zwei Islands to protect her because there are still more savages lurking there. Liddy then transports him to the airport to meet her. Before that, Karen had asked him to bring her Sakura's autograph, and Hayato is determined not to disappoint her. Sakura surprises him by falling in love with him and beginning to plan a wedding. Awkward as usual, poor Hayato can do nothing but listen. Later, when Sakura goes to the bath, and then requests Hayato bring in her PDA to record a good tune, he is reminded strongly of Karen, how she used to sing in the bath, and how she left her clothes all over the place. After the bath, Sakura handles all her autograph signings, her fan meetings, and numerous other events, impressing Hayato. Later on, she also shows him her 100, in which she takes the form of something like a fairy. After a long day, Hayato receives a phone call from Claire, telling him to come to her summer house tomorrow morning. He then later go to the public baths to bathe, where he invites Emilia out for a trip to Zwei Island, however, accidentally gropes her, and she leaves angrily. Meanwhile, 3 people with glowing yellow eyes are seen to be hanging around the Zwei Islands, planning something after Sakura's concert. Sakura shows on her relationship with her mother and her words of wisdom. Music has the power to make people happy. Meanwhile, Hayato goes to Claire's summer house as requested, and he notices Claire, Liddy, and Erica all wearing swimsuits, which makes him blush furiously. When Claire stood up, Erica had removed her bra to assist her in applying sunscreen lotion, resulting in a highly embarrassing situation. Liddy, as defensive as ever, leaps from the pool towards Hayato but slips and falls on him instead. This squabble comes to an end when Chris arrives to bring Claire a cool drink and is horrified by the scene. After all the commotion, Claire finally gets to the matter at hand and explains to Hayato that a variable stone that Sakura was going to use in her concert was stolen amid the chaos that erupted when the 3 savages appeared on Zwei Islands, telling him to be even more cautious in guarding Sakura. She also proposes a swimming contest, but Hayato denies it. After Claire's meeting, he goes to Central to meet Emilia for her date, but it is interrupted by a phone call from Claire, telling him that Sakura has disappeared from her hotel room. However, when Emilia went to buy drinks, he stumbles upon Sakura, who takes him to a special place. Forced to do work, Hayato texts Emilia about the situation. It turns out Sakura brought him to the Grand Canyon, a special place in her heart that Hayato protected, and she wanted to thank him. Later, she finds out that when she lost her mother and begins singing, the sibling pair she met and praised her singing was Karen and Hayato, changing her life. Moved to tears, she repeatedly thanks Hayato and explains her past to him. She came down with a mysterious illness and was sold by her father to the Warslarn research facility, where Vitaly Tanyanov injected the children there, including Sakura, with a vaccine made from savage fluids. It cured Sakura all right, but they continued doing it, no matter the side effects. There, Sakura sang to calm the children down. One by one, all of them died, leaving Sakura, who was rescued by Souffle and Charlotte. However, even though she has 100, Sakura is unable to fight savages. As evening approaches, Sakura and Hayato get on a bus to go back to Central. On the way, the bus is struck down by a Trenton-class savage. As it raises its deadly claw, Sakura and Hayato are right in the way. Hayato transforms and faces the savage. Meanwhile, Claire, Liddy, and Erika have pinpointed Hayato's location and decided that he must hold off until reinforcements arrive. Sakura defends Hayato and tells him to attack while she can't. This is a huge help to Hayato, who easily defeats the savage. However, a second Trenton-class savage appears, and Sakura is briefly knocked out while attempting to shield herself and Hayato from the savage's lethal blast. Fortunately, Fritz, Laisha, and Emilia arrive just as they are about to defeat the savage, which regenerates its pincer. They work together once more to bring it down with Hayato's help, but suddenly, a young boy appears in front of him and deals a severe blow to Hayato, knocking him out. Another two girls appear, and one duplicates Hayato's weapon, and they easily defeat the savage. One of the girls manages to hack into the savage's head and takes out two savage cores. The trio then mentions bringing back the cores to Vitali. Back at school, Charlotte explains that savage cores are almost like variable stones, as they both make hundreds. That night is Sakura's concert, and everyone goes to watch her sing. As she leaves, she kindly gives Karen her autograph and kisses Hayato, shocking everyone while promising to see him soon. Afterward, she indeed comes to see Hayato that morning when he wakes up. Claire barges in to find Sakura there, and so does Emilia. There, a fighting match begins, and all of them refuse to leave. Hayato and his friends enjoy the beach when Claire's brother named Judel Harvey arrived via helicopter to pick up his sister. Later, Claire announces to Hayato, Emilia, Laisha, and Fritz about a savage cleanup operation to be conducted by them along with United Nations peacekeeping force at the Empire of Kin. She later drafts the latter two to become official members of the selections. Afterward, Judel invites Hayato to accompany him as they visit Lisa, which turned out to be his and Claire's younger sister named Lisa Harvey in hibernation. Claire arrives with a gun and threatens her brother for revealing the secret, but Judel reveals Hayato has divine blood that could help Lisa gain consciousness. Judel asks Hayato to try to awaken their sister, but to no avail. After the confrontation, Hayato promises Claire he will keep their younger sister's status a secret. Hayato and his friends then arrive at Tianquan City, where he met a girl named Claudia Loetti, excitingly meeting Emilia. He then learns about the latter's status as the third princess of the Gutenberg Empire named Emilia Gutenberg. Claudia persuades her to return to the Empire, but Emilia declines because she wants to be with Hayato, causing a jealous Claudia to challenge him in a duel at a dojo. After he won the match against Claudia, Hayato accompanies Emilia as they visit a shopping district when the hunters in hooded outfits passed by them. Claudia joins Hayato, Emilia, Claire, and Erika as they clear the mountain area of savages. Hayato, Claire, and Claudia are tasked with night patrol after Emilia and Erika's turn. Claudia scams Hayato and Claire into going on a date near a lake to make Emilia jealous, but the latter is not convinced by the former's deception. After spotting and defeating a savage, Hayato and Claire arrive at a lake, where she takes a bath and tells him how her mother, Linny's Harvey, altered Lisa's birth by injecting a savage fluid to turn her into a variant. He then receives a distress call from a squad reporting that the hunters have attacked them. Fritz manages to send a flare to request a reinforcement as his fellow squad members get knocked down and their hundreds are taken by the hunters who were present at Grand Canyon. Claire arrives in time to save Fritz's squad. One of the hunters named Kroven manages to defeat Claire as the rain starts to pour down, which rendered her hundred useless. Hayato, Emilia, Erika, and Claudia arrive in time before Kroven kills Claire. Emilia manages to knock down the other hunters named Nakri and Nesat as Hayato fights Kroven. During their battle, Hayato witnessed painful memories from Kroven when they were in a child labor camp until their escape and eventual rescue by Vitali. Their confrontation is interrupted by the sudden emergence of the dragon-type savage from the lake. Kroven offers a ceasefire in exchange for him to defeat the savage and retrieve its core, but he struggles to penetrate its shield until he gets knocked down. Claire pleads one of the hunters to disable their jamming device for her to communicate with other squads, as she proposes to use long-range hundreds to be fired by the slayers from different squads at the same time to penetrate the savage shield. Charlotte contacts Claire and suggests getting injected with a savage virus from Hayato through kissing to enhance her attack. Claire follows her suggestion and orders the slayers to redo their long-range attacks, destroying the shield in the process. Hayato delivers the finishing blow to defeat the savage. Emilia then rescues him after he got plunged into the lake. As the rest of the slayers return to Little Garden, Claire and Erika contemplate Judel's order to bring the 3 hunters with them. Hayato regains consciousness in the ship's facility as Emilia, Karen, and Sakura visit him. Meanwhile, Vitali is aloof for the 3 hunters who failed to return as she sets her plan in motion. Vitali tests her coreless savages against slayers named Ali Harlech and Wendy Velvet, leading to their defeat. Back in Little Garden, Claire prepares for the upcoming second Garden Festa to celebrate the launch of the Academy ship, such as ordering automated cleaning robots, while also giving Hayato an update about the 3 hunters being taken care of. Sakura reveals she will perform on the day of the festival. Hayato, Emilia, Leisha, and Fritz welcome visitors arriving from transport planes such as Claudia and Wendy. Hayato then visits Karen, only to find her preparing for the concert along with Sakura and receiving 100 from Charlotte. On the festival's opening day presented by Claire with her welcome message to visitors, Mei prepares food for the hunters while Hayato and Emilia visit a maid cafe hosted by Leisha and Erika. The latter manages to make Emilia wear the same outfit and teases Hayato to touch her breast. Afterward, Hayato visits Karen before her performance when Judel came by to wish his sister and Sakura luck at their concert. He then watches Sakura's performance along with Emilia. Vitali suddenly arrives and manages to infiltrate the venue with the help of a mind-controlled Wendy. Back at the concert, Hayato and Emilia witness Karen's debut of her 100 called Divine Card and watch her singing. Vitali listens to Karen's song somewhere and drops her cigarette before disappearing. An automated cleaning robot picks it up and flashes a red warning. During the performance of Karen and Sakura, Claire is informed about the unconscious Wendy with no memories yet muttering about coreless savages. On the other hand, Leisha and Erika find a B-type mecha, but it blows up when they tried to restrain it. Erika then reports multiple explosions caused by those mechas that transformed from automated cleaning robots. Claire orders the postponement of the festival and an evacuation among visitors. Meanwhile, a B-type mecha manages to sabotage the ship's air defense network for 3 transport planes to crash land on the deck. Claudia and her team confront coreless savages, dubbed as Replicants, from the wreckage. Another plane descends from above to destroy the ship's barrier. Hayato and Emilia arrive at the headquarters and are informed of the situation, then he offers to deal with replicants trying to penetrate the shield. Erika and Leisha continue to destroy B-type mechas, while Liddy and Fritz assist Claudia and her team in defeating replicants on the deck. Vitali visits the 3 hunters and offers them their hundreds, but Kroven rejects her plan because it involves hurting people, forcing her to brainwash them instead. Mei arrives late and fights Vitali, but she gets shot as she witnesses the hunters leaving her with their master. Judel calls Claire's and informs her that he will handle Vitali as the latter approaches the sector where Lisa is confined. Meanwhile, Mei catches up with Vitali and destroys the device that controlled the hunters, releasing them from her control. Vitali leaves them and eventually arrives at Lisa's location, where she is confronted by Judel. She reveals her plan to exact revenge on him for causing her to fall in love with him and deceiving her by murdering Lisa and sinking Little Garden. Meanwhile, replicants generate sound waves that immobilize slayers. Vitali begins to shoot Lisa, but it fails because she is awakened by Sakura's song and deflects the bullets. Judel then kills her. Lisa appears in front of Sakura and Karen to tell the former about her song that could help slayers and heal the latter. Sakura and Karen begin to sing to help slayers regain their movement. Hayato destroys the remaining replicant, but it is still alive. The hunters arrive to defeat it, but Kroven struggles to destroy it and gets injured. causing Nesat to use her tracing ability to replicate the replicant. Her power starts to become unstable, which could result in a huge explosion.
Claire, do you copy?
Yes, Charlotte, what is it?
All control of her energy, create a massive explosion.
Meanwhile, Lisa appears in front of Hayato and lends her power for him to save Little Garden. He then requests Claire to give him time to save Nesat before she begins to destroy her. After their fierce battle, Hayato manages to save Nesat.
You did it!
Claire is then thanked by Lisa for saving Little Garden before she gets a chance to see her. Later night, Hayato and Emilia share a passionate kiss when their friends showed up at the scene. Claudia becomes enraged and accidentally blows Emilia's cover by calling her princess in front of others. Emilia then decides to reveal her secret as a girl and a princess. Her friends finally understand her identity and her relationship with Hayato, while also getting shocked by her royal status. Claire becomes jealous of the two and fires her hundreds weapon on them. Both Hayato and Protea Emilia are sent flying. This is the end of my video, so please watching all of my anime recap series. Thanks for watching.